Offtopic analysis. Nah.
Un, deux, trois.
Hi, welcome. This
Yeah.
is Off-Topic Analysis with Phoenix and Dylan yet again for our second episode.
We're not doing funny names? Like I had a whole bit ready.
Oh,
Where's the
okay.
improv?
We're gonna restart then. Hi, this is Off-Topic Analysis with Garb and Lou. What's your name?
You can call me Lou for short.
All right, Lou for short. Good.
Yeah, Lou for short.
My name's Garb that you would wear, and this is Lou for short. The
Mhm.
full name,
Mhm.
Lou for short.
Lou for short with like a numerical 4.
Numerical
Like
4.
don't be yeah, then it's not spelled out. It's not spelled like the number 4. It's just the numerical 4. Kind of a symbol like Prince.
Yeah, Prince. I do like reading fine print. I
Right.
like to make sure
Right.
that, like, contracts that, like, I sign on to, they, like, actually do what I need them to, and they're not, like, trying to embezzle me. Hey, here's
Oh,
something. Here.
so you actually take the time to read the end user license agreements in video games?
Yes.
What's your favorite part of that?
The NDA.
There's an NDA?
Yes, there's an NDA in every video game. You're not supposed to
So
mention. Go
doesn't
on.
that mean that doing a podcast would be violating the NDA?
Well, the NDA is about very specific things, and as long as we don't bring them up, like, I can't bring it up, so I know because I read the NDA.
So then how am I supposed to know what I can't say?
Well, I'll be like, ooh, ooh,
Okay.
ooh.
Okay. Well, in the spirit of off-topic analysis, we've already gotten off topic, so we're off to a
We
great
well,
start.
we were never on a certain topic anyway, so you could say that we were sort of in like a void of topics.
That sounds spooky.
A sort of black hole of a sort of haunted mansion of topics where we're running around. There's all sorts of Freddy Kruegers and Jason Voorhees chasing after us. We're kind of stuck there until we actually find the topic.
Is Eddie Murphy here?
It's actually more of a Scooby Doo situation now that I think of it, instead of
Oh.
yeah, still a haunted
Oh.
house, but a different sort of praxis. Now here's a question:
Huh?
what's a
Huh?
praxis?
A praxis is an exam that you take in order to get a teaching license. Um, and depending on what level of teaching you would like to do, I think you actually have to take more than one.
Are you playing a fucking video game?
No,
I see in your glasses. You know your
that's
gla. What are you
that's
even
that's
playing? Are you
that's
playing Elden
that's
Ring?
no.
Well, isn't this funny? Because our topic today actually is Elden Ring DLC. Right, put right here, and I did that. Do one of those rainbow things.
Hmm.
Shadow of the Erd
Hmm.
Tree.
And make it in like Comic Sans font.
Comic Sans font. Color.
Yeah,
Um,
like
Eggshell.
I was gonna say like a burnt sienna orange.
Burnt sienna orange eggshell mix. Kind of like a creamsicle.
Ooh, I could go for a creamsicle right now.
I don't like them.
All right. Why are we friends? Why do you dislike everything I love?
So one of my favorite parts of Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree, is actually the squatting mechanic that is inside of it, just like the video game Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VII Remake and
Mm,
Rebirth and
mm,
Crisis Core and
mm,
Crisis Core
mm,
Reunion.
mm. And the
That's
original.
that's a bit. You see, this is called comedy, my fellow listeners.
Ha!
Thank you, Dylan.
Yeah.
But for real,
It's Lou.
yeah. What's
Lou.
my name?
Garb.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Um,
So, Lou, so what was the first thing you thought when you got to the land?
um, I thought that why the fuck am I playing another FromSoft game? Why do we like the punishment of FromSoft games?
It's not really punishment, it's more learning to persevere and triumph through things that are hard and not be a whiny little baby about.
Well, that sounds like something a whiny little baby cucklord would say.
And a whiny baby cucklord I am. Yes, I
Okay.
am.
Okay. All right. Do you think I don't know. What
Now, if you were a
do
real Elden Ring fan, you would have noticed I said the lands between. I should have said the Shadowland. That's where we actually.
don't you mean the Scatterlands?
Yeah, the scat. To talk about the story, uh, you go to the Shadow Tree. You know, Miklah's in a big egg. They have a
Uh,
very long, fucked up. Are you playing a fucking video game?
no. Why would I play a video game?
It literally just looks like you're.
I mean, that's wild. What video game would I be playing?
I don't know. I don't know. Either Final Fantasy or Elden Ring. One of the two.
Why would it be Final Fantasy? Why do you think it'd be Final
I don't know. I
Fantasy?
feel like I see
I pl-
Aerith in your glasses.
there is no Aerith in my glasses. Aerith is long dead. Spoilers.
Wait. Did she die in Rebirth?
She died in the original game.
Okay. All right. Well, so in Shadow of the Erd Tree, which we're talking about today, uh,
Mm.
you are tarnished, right? Just like the regular game. And what are you thinking about? What are you doing?
I don't know why you're talking about the game like it's a review. Like people have played the game at this point. They know what it is. They know the story. You get big sharp pointy thing. You go kill it, hit a bad guy with it. You take their soul. You get stronger. You shoot some magic. Go pew pew pew, and you feel good about it. Elden Ring, kabam.
All right, sweet. So we're done talking about Elden Ring. So today the Bloomburrow release happened for Magic today, so I went and did that. I built a
Okay,
pretty
let's go back
sick.
to Elden Ring.
No, no,
Elden Ring
no, no,
sounds good.
no, no,
No,
no,
no,
no,
no,
no,
no,
no.
no,
You
no.
wanna, you
Elden Ring
wanna, you
sounds
wanna,
good.
you wanna, you wanna, you wanna say,
No.
oh, you get a big pointy stick, and you wanna ignore the nuances of, oh, Mikola actually has been, like controlling people and shit. That's crazy. I thought Mikola was a good guy. You wanna just say, oh, you're a big guy with a big pointy stick. Okay, all right.
Well, okay, some people have small pointy sticks.
All right. Well, we're not talking about that. We're talking about Mikola, and we're talking about the story. So we can talk about the story, or I can tell you about my Bloomburrow draft experience because it's actually very fascinating. I did have a very, very cool otter draft that I did. Like I was able to with my pre-release kit. Like I got I can't remember, it was blue mythic rare otter. It was
Isn't
had
is an
prowess,
otter
vigilance.
kind of like a bear?
I mean, like
And
in a sense. I'd
okay.
compare it more to like a meerkat of the
Okay. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
right?
fair.
It's like a
Um,
fat meerkat.
so I'm gonna do this in reverse. Okay.
Mhm.
Elden Ring, skad skadoosh of the Erd Tree, gets an 8 out of 10 for me, with the caveat that I have a lot of negative things to say about it. Legitimate negative things to say about it. Um, namely, there's nothing to do on half the map.
True. There are a
Why?
bunch of very large areas of the map that are just empty. And that's kind of like, I can understand some spots. Like maybe if one of the finger rune areas was like, okay, there's just this bell and you gotta like ring it or whatever. But no, it's both of those. It's the abyssal woods. It's fucking the goddamn giant like tall area you go to that's green and shit. Like, there's a lot
Mhm.
of stuff to run around to, but there's no actual, like, dungeon up there. There's no fucking, Everjail. There's no Gale. There's no cave. Not shit, you know?
It like, I can't even think of a bit. I can think of a bit, but
Not everything has to
it
be a bit.
well, no, everything has to be a bit.
Okay, that's
Everything
true.
is a bit.
That is
I'll
true.
show you my bits if you prefer.
Life is a
Not on
bit.
camera though. But I think,
You can actually call them your
oh,
bits?
no, I call them my fucking badongos.
Okay.
Okay, bits are for when they're small, my
Don
friend.
Dongos
Okay,
like
okay.
Monster Hunter Rise? Like Monster Hunter Rise dongos?
Dongos, oh man, what do you think those taste like?
Dude, mochi.
No, I don't think so. I think they've got some weird flavors because like so many of them were so differently colored. I think
But
that
mochi comes in a bunch of different.
yeah, but I think these were like I don't know. I feel like they taste like cornstarch.
Like all of
You
them?
think that not all of them, but some of them definitely
I
do.
think it's
You
probably
think they put
hard
like
for like
crunchies inside them?
I think it's like hard for us to comprehend what they'd taste like because it's made of like all these different monsters and like vegetables we don't know. We might have something that like, a chili kind of or a pepper kind of thing would probably taste like a pepper, but what does a fucking teostra taste like? Isn't that kind
Chicken?
of like, well, no, probably not because I think it's kind of more cat-like, but it just has wings. But it's
You
also an
know,
elder dragon. So what does
I
elder
feel
dragon
like
taste like?
Teostra would taste more like lamb.
Lamb?
Yeah, I feel like it has a very lamby taste to it.
I haven't had
What do you
lamb in a. I don't know. Kind of
what do you
interesting.
think is what do you think is the most disgusting monster to eat?
Fucking has to be Kezu.
You think?
Dude, Kezu like has like it's not even like dick skin. It's like fucking dry, calloused fucking skin that's somehow
But it's not
rubbery
dry,
too.
it's wet and slimy.
Well, the inside's wet and slimy, but the outside is not. The outside looks crusty and it looks like dry skin. It looks like nasty dry skin and rubbery.
I'm gonna disagree. I think that the outside of the Kazoo is pretty slimy and wet
I don't think so.
and moist.
Does it
Hmm.
have wet animations?
Yeah, 100%.
Are you sure?
It's a very wet creature.
I don't know
Like,
if
I'd even say, like, it's damp at all times.
I don't know. I think its mouth is damp. I imagine the inside of it's like a urethra, but like,
Oh,
yeah,
with
right?
teeth.
Yeah, with teeth.
Yeah.
Like that movie Teeth, you ever see that?
Did we watch that together?
May have.
We
May
may
have.
have. I don't know. That was a weird movie.
Yeah,
I don't know
he
that I
cut
necessarily
multiple
enjoyed it.
people's he cut multiple people's dicks off, but they all kind of deserved it.
Well, I think at that point that's less of a cut and more of like a tearing because it was teeth. They were like chomping on it and like, you know.
Well, do you
You
think
think
I think it's just like one solid bite cuz usually like in the movie when it happened, I remember there's one scene where she's like having sex with the dude and the dude like gets on the phone. He's like, "Yeah, bro, that Christian girl? Yep, I'm laying pipe right now." And then all of a sudden she like stops riding him and then all of a sudden it's like chomp. Sounds like a bear trap.
Mhm. Yeah, but even bear traps like aren't clean cuts. Like they still tear the
I
flesh
mean,
a bit.
I never went to the bear trap section of Rotten Duck.
I mean, they sell them at Walmart. You can just stick a hot dog in it and see what it does.
That seems unrealistic, but sure.
Okay.
You
Don't
think a
know
hot
what
dog?
country you're living in.
Okay, well, what country you living in where you go buy a fucking bear trap at Walmart? Well, you live in
Kathmandu.
well, I live in Kenya, and I don't see that. And I used to live in.
Kathmandu.
Wait, no, you're
Don't
wrong. I'm
dox
right.
me. You just doxed me
All
on
right,
on
we'll
on
edit it.
on
Edit it
camera.
out. Edit it out. 14
Edit
minutes
it out.
30 seconds. I'm writing it right now.
Edit it out and say that I live in
Well, you can't say where
uh
you live. If you say where you live, then they're gonna be like, well, no, he doesn't live. They can mark you off.
Well, I mean, that's just one place. And so you're gonna say that I live in Kathmandu.
Kathmandu? Okay.
Yep, yep. I think Kathmandu sounds good.
Let me see. 14.
Is this all still part of the
Yes. Of
part of the show?
course.
Just
Of course it
watching you
is.
take timestamp
Yes.
notes?
Of course it is. Of course it is. If you think that anyone's going to miss out on this amazing fucking bit, that's not a bit, or is it a bit? You don't get to
Is it a
know.
bit?
You don't get to
I don't
fucking
know.
know. They don't get to
Maybe.
know.
What is?
They don't get to know.
No, you know what?
This
We're not gonna
entire
dissect a bit today.
podcast is a bit. This entire podcast is a
That's
bit.
true.
If you want an idea of what a bit is, just watch this, and everything we say, we're lying to you. This is all a lie. This is all a
It's
lie.
true.
We're improving around your ass. These people are sitting down in their chair, and we're fucking.
We're playing Duck Duck Grey Duck with them.
Okay. Would you like to explain that?
You don't know what Duck Duck Grey Duck is?
No. Explain it.
Okay, so Duck Duck Grey Duck, it's like a game that you play when you're a kid, and
Hey, I
you
don't
in a
see
bunch
why you
of
have to be a kid to play it, but okay.
okay, well, fine. Well, all right, if you want to be like that,
I do.
so it you
I do
sit
want to be
around in a circle with your friends,
fair.
and one person walks around the circle tapping people on the head, going duck, 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 and then at an undisclosed time, after an undisclosed number of ducks, it's this is where it gets good. They're gonna go duck, duck, gray duck, and they're gonna tap that person on the head, and that person that gets tapped after saying duck, duck, gray duck has to get up and chase the other person around. And if that person gets around the circle and sits down where the other person was sitting, they're now the gray duck.
Dylan makes an incel joke.
What 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 does that have to do with anything? I was
Nothing.
explaining one of my favorite games from my childhood.
This is foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing for what?
Nothing. All right.
And who
So
the fuck
Elden
is
Ring
Dylan?
Shadow of the Erd Tree is pretty cool. You meet this character named Lita. Holy Knight, Needle Knight, Lita. Who, at first seems cool. She's like, we're here for Mikola and everything. Look, Mikola brought all of us weirdos together, and we're all freaks and geeks. And then cue Freaks and Geeks song. And, we're all just getting together and having a good time. And you keep making your way through, like, a bunch of castles.
I really
a bunch of,
don't give
like,
a fucking crap
marshes
about
and
it.
Ghost Flame Dragons and Rolana. Okay, now here we go. Rolana. Dylan. Rolana, tell me what you think.
Um, I don't know. I'd like to see what she looks like without the armor.
Okay? I didn't say specifically about her looks. I was more so meaning the boss fight itself.
Oh, well, I think that it would make it kind of challenging, but I think that I could still bet her if given the chance. You know what we should do? We should do a smash or pass list of all the Elden Ring
All right,
bosses.
Dylan, that's a bit too obvious.
Why does it say I am good at this?
That's a
What are
bit
you
too
good at?
obvious. It doesn't matter. That's a bit too obvious, so don't say that. Don't say that. So what do you think of Needle Knight Lita after Mikola's Great Rune gets broken? Because that's a pretty big part in the DLC. When Mikola's Great Rune gets broken, that is when you're able to access the new area of the Purple Flower St. Trina spot, and you're able to go
So
into Shadow Keep.
here's the thing. When I play FromSoft games, I don't actually read the dialogue. I usually play most of my video games at low volume. That's why you couldn't tell that I've been playing a video game this entire time. I usually
Yes.
turn the volume of my games all the way down, and so I usually mash through and don't hear the dialogue. So I really don't know kind of what you're trying to talk to me about with this Lita person.
Okay. So, today was the Bloomburrow pre-release set. So, I made a pretty sick spell
I don't I
caster.
don't I don't
Okay,
this
well,
is not the Magic
do you want to have a
podcast.
conversation with me, or do you want to keep making a bit? Which one do you want to do?
Both.
Okay, well, you've done the same bit of not knowing about talking about Elden Ring multiple times. So this time, I'm going to say something, and then I would like to hear your opinion on it. Does that sound good?
Okay.
All right.
Sure,
So,
I guess.
so Mesmer was a pretty good fight in the game. You know, definitely one of my favorites. Mesmer was a character that, they'd kind of been hinted about, Vadi Vidya's videos about, like, oh, Melania is a daughter of Rot, and she has her own butterfly, and Mikola has their own butterfly. What is this third butterfly? And I think now we know the third butterfly represents Mesmer. So, what do you want to tell me about Mesmer? My good friend
So,
Lou?
here's the thing about that fight with Mesmer.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Um, when we were playing, this game, Elden, uh, uh, Bracelet or whatever, um, I
Old
was in
necklace.
an altered state of mind while we fought this Mesmer character. And so the truth is, I don't remember a lot of that fight. And this part is not a bit. Legitimately don't remember much of
I
that
do love
fight.
the part that I bring up is the part that I was also under the influence of some sort of influence, probably some sort of
Cabbage.
psychic temptress, like some sort of gargoyle, probably, you know,
Mm,
mind flayer. But
mm.
yes, they did actually let me keep the memories of the Mesmer fight, which was pretty neat. If you will remember, that is one where dude has a big stick and he pokes.
He did poke. Did he turn into a snake at some point?
He did summon some snakes, some giant snakes
Okay.
that were pretty fucking cool.
Is it weird to you that they ripped off Naruto in that fight? We can cut that out.
No. I don't really feel like they ripped off Naruto as much
Oh,
as they.
100%.
No, 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 no. No, they ripped off Anaconda, Ice Cube.
Yeah, okay. The difference between Naruto and Anaconda with Ice Cube is that in Anaconda with Ice Cube, they didn't summon the Anaconda with magic or the mystical ninja arts. But they do in Elden Ring and in Naruto. And Naruto came first. So I'm pretty sure Elden Ring stole from Naruto.
Actually, I think that actually, uh, Kingsfield came out before Checkmate.
True, but in Kingsfield, did a man turn into a snake?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yep.
You didn't sound
Yeah.
convinced. What was the name of the enemy or creature that turned into a snake in Kingsfield?
Snake Man.
Snake Man?
Snake Man.
Show me proof.
Only be on video.
It's fair. Hmm. Snake Man, Kingsfield. Snake Man. Riveting content.
That's
Mm-hmm.
definitely Snake Man.
Okay. I I really hope that you're doing something in MS Paint right now.
No. I'm not, because I'm honest, not a liar.
Oh, well, that sounded awfully pointed. Are you calling me a liar?
Know how I can I'm just gonna take a
You could screen share on Discord.
oh, shit, you're right. But then, like, that ruins the video part for everybody else, because I'm video
Okay. All right. Fine. You know what? I'm gonna do something I told you I would never do again,
what?
and I'm gonna trust you, and you can show it to me later.
Uh, alright. So,
So, how do you feel like um
that is shit.
scat yeah, how do you feel like scat measures up in terms of like other FromSoft DLCs?
Uh, I mean, it's definitely up there. I think I like it about as much as the Ringed City DLC for Dark Souls. So it's up there. Like, it's really good.
Mhm.
I just wish there was, like, more. Even though there's a lot to do, like, there's a fuck ton to do, and I think it's definitely worth your money if you like
Right, I
Elden
think we
Ring.
put like 50 hours
Yeah,
into it.
like, easily 50 hours. But, like, it was also $40. And, like,
Yeah.
I'm happy with the 50 hours I got. It was super fun, but it just felt like some of the areas were really empty, and the final boss is just obnoxious, man. It's so irritating.
I'm I'm looking on my PlayStation right now, and when we started playing Elden Ring again, I was at about 180 hours of playtime.
Mhm.
Since playing Scat,
Mhm.
um, I am now at 280. So I think I put roughly about 80 hours into just the DLC.
God damn.
So like, yeah, so like, there's a lot of playtime there. There is a lot to do. However, I and that's why I still think I'd give it a 7.5 or 8 out of 10 because it's borderline. I say borderline, unacceptable to me, and that's a stretch, and I know that. But like half of the map, just about, is so empty,
Mhm.
and like there is so little to do. And I guess it's not even half the map, but I'd say a
It's a
good
significant portion.
yeah, I'd say a good, I don't know, like 30% of the map. There's just
The Abyssal
like nothing.
Woods, the like basically everything after the like Scat
That's
Tree Atlas Plateau.
the Scato Atlas, yeah.
Like there's some really cool like hidden stuff to like find, but when it comes to like I really wanted more of those like mini dungeons, you know? Like cuz there were
Yeah.
so many of
The
those
the
in the
jails
yeah,
the jails were really
the
good.
jails were super good. They were super fun, and I would have loved another like one or two. Like if there were like three or four more, like maybe like one more cave, one or two more jails, and then like one more like regular like kind of chalice dungeon thing. Like just four or so more of those, I would have been pretty happy. Like put one in the Abyssal Woods and a bit more stuff in there. Put one in each of the Finger Rune areas, and then put like some sort of like castle thing and maybe like a small cave up on top of the plateau area, like near the end game where you're actually heading to the fucking Scarlet Bud Scorpion Centipede boss. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in that area would
Yeah,
have been
it
cool.
just because I went back and I was running around the base game just trying to, see if there's anything I missed because I'm not afraid of the game anymore now
Mm-hmm.
that I'm level like 210.
Yeah, right.
Um, and I was just looking at the map and I noticed that even Mount Gelmir, which tends to be more sparse in terms of like additional like dungeons and caves and stuff like that,
Yeah.
still has um like one or two like castles to go through
Yep.
or forts. There's like three or four caves. There's an Everjail. You've got a legacy dungeon up there.
Mm-hmm.
Um There's even just, like, some random encounters and some, like, NPCs you can
Yeah.
fight and things like that. Like, there are things to do and, like, there are items, to find, you know, like, hell, people are still playing the base game and finding things at
Yeah.
this point.
Exactly.
2 years later?
Yep.
Or 3 years later?
I think it's almost what the fuck did Elden me
And
came out February 2022. So yeah, it's been like two
yeah, yeah, so 2 years
coming
later.
up on 2.5 years.
Yeah. So, I think it's just the things that were good were great. The things that were repetitive and empty were repetitive empty. Like, do you know how many dragons you fight in the DLC?
Too many. Many fucking
You fight you fight 3 ghost flame dragons,
Yep. Which were
3
cool.
jagged peak
I
drakes,
will say
which were
the
fine.
Ghost Flame were like it was at least different, you know? But like
Yeah,
but yeah, but
the first time.
yeah, the first time. Like I'm okay with fighting 3 of them. It's just there's other things we could have done.
Right. You fight 3 of them, you fight the 3 jagged peak drakes, and then you fight Lasenisax, and then you fight Bale. So, like, that right there, like,
Fight so many of those
like,
drakes.
there's 8 dragon bosses. Um, and then you what are there, 6 furnace golems?
Yeah, they're like there's a ton of maybe even more than 6, maybe like
Right. It's
it's a
you know,
lot.
which when you create a game that size, it makes sense that you're going to reuse some content here and
Yeah,
there.
and that's fine.
And, granted, it sounds like I'm just mad and grumping at a game and shitting on it, but I'm not. I still enjoyed it. It was a great
Yeah, it
game.
was
I
great.
played the hell out of it. But I don't know, it just feels kinda like when you're playing Dark Souls 1 and, you're walking around in Lost, Izalith,
Yeah.
and the next thing you know, there's a boss that you fought earlier that you ran around, scared the shit out of you,
Yep.
that is a regular enemy,
Yeah.
and it's just copy and pasted all over the area,
Yep.
in an area that you're probably never even actually going to go to.
Yep. Yeah. It's like I mean kind of that, but like it sucks cuz it is an area that you're going through. Like it's an area
Right,
that
it's true.
and there should be like stuff in the area that's not like, the same stuff you fought in the base game. And I really am okay with like stuff from the base game being put. It's just that a lot
Sure.
of the stuff is stuff from the base game and I would have appreciated some more unique bosses, you know? Like there were a lot all the cool bosses. Like I really loved all the
Yeah,
new
we're
boss fights.
great.
Meteor,
Yeah.
Midra, fucking Bud, Scarlet Bud lady. Like they were super fun.
Yoda. Yoda
Yoda,
was cool.
Yoda was tight. Yoda was so fucking fun.
Mhm.
Like there's a bunch of really good new content in this game, but there's also a bunch of like reuse stuff that like after it gets reused so many times, it's like fuck, not even just the dragons, but like the tree root, ulcerated tree root worm spirits.
I think there were 4?
Yeah, there were like 4 of those fucking things.
4 of those? Yeah. And, talking about, like, the weapons too, because a lot of people like Elden Ring because of, like, the weapons and how the
Yeah,
Ashes of War work and all that stuff.
yeah.
There were oh gosh, I think there were, like, 6 or 7 new weapon
There
types
were.
in Shadow of the Erdtree,
Yeah.
but each of those weapon types has, like, 1 weapon and then,
Yeah,
like,
like
1 or
3
2
at
boss
most.
versions of that weapon,
Yeah.
which is fine. It's just, like, I really like the light greatsword,
Yeah.
milady, and you can get 2 others that are both boss weapons. One is Lita's, one is, um, Rellana's,
Yep.
but, eh,
Yeah. No.
I don't know. I don't have a lot to say about that. I just feel like I wanted more, and I think that part of this is the consumer,
Yeah.
the gamer consumer, you know, incel in me that is just like, I constantly want more. It's not enough.
Now
Um,
now what
it
is a consumer incel? That's like a new breed that I'm like discovering. I feel
well,
like
first of all, I
Mr.
think it's
Galapagos
important to note
Island,
that incels are not bred, okay? Incels are created. There's
like
no genetic
spores,
predisposition for
like a
incels.
fungus.
It's not like it's not like your mom's, fucking, depression that she passed down to you.
Or your
It's they're
dad's
created
bipolar disorder.
right. Yeah, yeah. Well, bipolar's not real.
Yeah.
Um,
No, there's only
uh,
regular polar bears. I've never seen a bipolar bear.
exactly. I mean, there are unipolar bears. They have a unibrow.
Okay.
They live in Germany.
All right.
More so Russia. But
Very good joke.
thank you. Uh, what were we talking about? Incel consumerism. So,
Yes.
incel consumerism is the belief that one is owed something as a consumer,
Mm-hmm.
and that if they don't get it, it's because um, the Chads and Stacys of the
Mm-hmm.
consumer
Mm-hmm.
industry conspire against them to get all of the good games and the good content. And the consumerist incel just learns to accept the fact that they're never going to be happy with consumerism.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Riveting. Did you learn that in
Yeah.
economics?
It's actually something that they're adding to the DSM in the next update.
Ooh.
Because yeah, incels are considered a mental health disorder.
That makes sense. They are definitely
Yeah.
a mental health disorder themselves.
Yeah. 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 So, um what do you think is the most incel part of Shadow of the Erd Tree?
Uh, fuck, dude. Probably Mikola. Honestly,
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Mikola is kind of incel like.
Mikola's like,
You know,
I'm the
he's
only one that has the right thing. No one will fuck me because I'm a literal child. So I'm going to force people to like me. And
mhm,
they're
mhm,
very manipulative,
mhm,
shitty.
mhm,
They literally like do away with their love and like if
mhm,
you go and look
mhm.
at all the crosses, like every single thing they get away with, it's like these are all things that incels lost and it's why they are the way they are, you know.
Yeah, most incels tend to cast off flesh.
Yes. They
Um,
cast off flesh,
uh,
they cast off love, they cast
yeah.
off their
Often often multiple times a day.
multiple times a day they cast off flesh. They cast away
Yeah.
their sons, their daughters,
Mhm. Mhm.
their thems, their its, all of them. All of them they get rid of.
Like I'm glad you clarified. I'm glad that you were very inclusive when you made that point.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
very anti-incel of you, and I appreciate that.
Exactly. I am not a uh PlayStation only video game. I'm not
Mhm.
exclusive,
Mm.
but I will come out on
That's good.
PC eventually.
You'll come out on PC eventually?
Eventually. Yeah.
I don't know. I've For some reason I thought you had already come out on PC, but
No, no,
it's
never.
okay.
Never.
I Never? But you
Never.
just said you were going to.
Oh, I
Which
mean,
is it?
yes, I will eventually. You see, if you I like to keep everybody on their toes, you know. I can't
Mhm.
like say specifically because of my NDA with which there were a couple things I had to cut that you said and you know, because of the NDA that I signed with video games because I read all the documents. You know, it's stuff I can't bring up, but I have to keep people on their
Or
toes.
do you have to be a trans person to get an NDA?
Uh
Natural dick ointment?
no dick arrangement? No. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think
Good to know.
if your dick is gangrenous, you know, if it has some tumors on it, a bunch of warts, maybe you would want it off. Not because you found yourself that you know, you are more feminine, you are more of a woman, and you would like your body to, you know, represent that. You can also do it for medical reasons, like
Which Shadow
warts.
of the Erd Tree character has the most gangrenous dick?
Radon, because he is made from Moog's corpse.
maybe, but I feel like being brought back to life and reanimated, I feel like
I feel like that's an
I
illusion.
feel could be, but, Mikola doing their Mikola thing, I think that with Mikola being an incel, of course, I think that a gangrenous cock would have been unacceptable, so he's gonna make sure that that shit is immaculate. I think
But also,
that,
they're not gay,
no.
so they wouldn't want to touch
Well,
their
I mean,
dick.
the
Look,
Radahn is
if
his
we are
consort.
are
Do you know what a
going off,
consort is?
okay,
Dude, they're gods, they're Empyreans, everyone's fucking each other,
no,
regardless
not
of.
Mikola. They're an incel. We already stated this.
Yeah, an incel still wants sex, but it has to be quote unquote perfect. So they're going to make sure that Radon is the most exquisite specimen of cock they've ever seen.
No, because they're not gay. They're an
They're not gay.
incel.
They're
Wait. Okay,
incels
wait.
can be gay.
Gay incels. Interesting.
Yeah, incels can be gay.
Well, Mikola.
I don't think there are many of
I
them,
think
but I
Mikola's
think gay.
probably an asexual incel.
Do you know what it means to be a consort?
I think that you're taking things too literally, and it's just a video game.
Yeah, it's a fucking video game, so it doesn't mean anything. You know what it means to be a consort.
To be a consort means to, like, be someone's, like, close friend for, like, all days.
Okay, so are you gonna be my consort?
I mean, yeah, you're my best friend, of course.
Okay.
You're my
Consort
god, I am your
it
lord.
you know what? Fair. A consort is a wife, husband, or companion, in particular the spouse of a reigning monarch. So, let's be clear here. Even if Radonna's their spouse,
Yes.
is Mikola's spouse, that doesn't mean that they
Yes.
have to be having
Yeah,
sex.
they're
That is true.
I just said they're asexual.
But I disagree because most incels are longing for sex. They are craving sex. They are craving the affection.
Yes, but
I don't
Mikola,
think.
Mikola, like any good incel, got rid of all of that.
Well, I mean, the only good incel is. I'm not gonna finish that thought. Um,
Put
I
in
don't
the
know. I think
ravioli
I'm gonna.
can and kept in there forever.
Yes. You put your incels in ravioli cans. You let them marinate in the can, sealed up for about
Pickled,
8 months.
pickled incel.
Mm-hmm.
That's when
Mm-hmm.
they're ripe.
You you take them out. You slice them real thin. You put them on a burger patty. Chomp. Delicious.
I prefer them on like a nice sandwich with a good like honey mustard.
Okay. Well, that.
I my thing can be good too. Yours is good. I like yours.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Well,
don't have to like mine, but like
I don't know why you had to sauce it.
because
It's
I
already
like.
it's already pickled, there's already flavor, you don't have to fucking sauce your incel.
Okay, well, I think that you're closing your mind off to things that should be explored, like flavors and combining flavors to create new flavors.
I don't think you know what it means to be an incel.
You know, you've obviously not watched the show The Bear, and it's honestly embarrassing.
Is it polar embarrassing or grizzly embarrassing?
Bipolar embarrassing.
Bipolar embarrassing? Wow, we've come full circle today.
Dude, we've come full circle. Like, we've done, like, we're running laps right now, honestly. Like, we've honestly run probably, like, 50 laps. Like, I'm looking good.
50?
Yeah.
Damn, my calves are gonna be just engorged with
Yeah,
piss.
dude. My fucking thighs are about the size of a goddamn blimp.
A blimp? Like the Hindenburg?
Like the blimps made by the man that was the manager of NSYNC and Backstreet Boys.
They had the same manager?
They did.
Well, what was their name?
Lou Pearlman.
Lou Pearlman?
Lou Pearlman.
Are they related? Were they related to Ron Perlman?
No, but they were cousins with Art Garfunkel.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
Interesting. I always thought that Art Garfunkel, like I don't know, I didn't like how obsessed they were with lasagna. I think it really kind of, like, pushed an unhealthy
They make
narrative
it a
about, like,
fucking
eating disorders.
Alright, that's a stretch of a joke. That's a stretch.
No, I don't think so. I mean, yeah, you're gonna stretch your pants if you're eating that much lasagna, but
Were you
it's
okay, Dylan, I'm going to make a connection here. I'm gonna make a connection here.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Garfunkel, Zanya,
Uh-huh. Yes.
Garfield.
Uh-huh.
Am I
No,
correct? Am I
Garfield was
correct?
the guy. No, 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 no. Garfield was the guy in that band with uh
Spider-Man.
uh no, no. He was in that band with
Spider-Man 2.
Daryl Cheerio, and they wrote that song about woman
Okay.
eaters.
You can't Daryl Cheerio. Cheerio's a cereal.
So is Honey Bunches of Oats.
Okay, well, who the fuck's name is Honey Bunches of Oats?
I don't know.
You know what?
You,
Fair.
you never heard of the band Garfield and Cheerio?
No, no, I haven't. I haven't heard of Garfield and
No?
Cheerio. What kind of like were they like new wave? Like maybe some
I
sort of
don't
like
know.
what kind of music did they make?
They they kind of like if they were around today, like, they're really
Hmm.
prominent in, like, the late '80s.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
even before that, honestly,
yeah,
but they would fit more of, like, the indie alternative genre these days.
yeah.
Um, they put a lot more emphasis on, like, bass than guitars, but it was more about, like, the vocals and kind of a dancey track, you know?
Okay, cool.
Something that you'd wanna, like, sing along to.
Oh yeah. What's one of their most famous songs?
Woman Eater.
All right, sweet. And we are going to play that right. All right. So Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree. What's up? Uh,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree. Boy, oh boy. Commander Gaius.
What about them?
They just
I don't think they had legs.
they didn't. They were an Albinoric, which is very interesting.
Oh! So they really didn't have legs.
Yeah, they really did not have legs. I think we killed their wife because
Yes.
she's the one
I
riding a
think wait.
wolf, like past the arena. Yeah, I
Oh!
think that's like their wife or
Yeah,
something, or maybe their
I did
sister.
kill them
I don't know.
twice.
If we're
That's
wrong,
another thing.
comment. Yeah, go on.
No, I think that's actually correct. It's another thing I was kinda miffed about, like, you go through the battle, and you walk up, and there's this huge ass tower in front of the scat tree, and you do nothing.
Well, I will say one cool thing. There were 4 scat tree fragments.
Well, you know what? That's great. I'm glad we got those scat tree fragments. I'm glad we got the extra level. But still, like, there's so much there that looks like they could have done something with it, and it was
Yeah,
just
no, it is. And like the fucked up thing is the other thing that you can go to, like right before Commander Gaius' arena, is the entire secret area with the second finger runes. And that
Mhm.
is more just giant hands and those weird snake things. And like what the other bosses are like 2 tree sentinels and a
Yeah.
fucking star beast. Uh
Mm.
cool.
I mean, look, I like giant hand monsters as much as the
Yeah,
next guy.
they're sweet.
I am a giant dick. I like to be stroked. However,
Good joke.
thank you. Uh, it's just like, come on, give me more. Like the first half. Like the gravesite plane, there is so much stuff there
So
that is, like,
much.
interesting to
It's
see,
insane.
um, places to go, like, then you've got Belorat right there, you've got Ensis Castle right off to the side, like, that whole area is so dense, and it's interesting, and it's pretty, and I fucking love Piplup. Um, but then you move past that, that area past, the Shadow Keep. It's just it's just boring, man. It's just boring.
It is, dude. It's like, it's sad because like they're these giant fucking areas. Like the fingering areas are like big. Like it is a
They're real
lot to
big.
walk around in, and it's like there's fucking nothing there. Like, what are we doing with all this space, dude? Like you did it with the first one, and I was like, okay, that's fine. You know, maybe something else will happen later. Maybe there'll be a boss fight here later, and it's just nothing. There's just fucking fuck all there, and it just feels like a lot of lost opportunities in this. All right,
You
now,
know, I gotta show something to the viewers at home.
yeah.
Um, so for anyone who is watching the video version of this, I want to show you the image that Garb sent me
Yeah,
as
Lou?
proof of a snake man. Um, that that what how you know what that is? That looks to me like an algae man. Like that man is made out of algae.
I didn't even read the article with it, so I don't even know what it
Yeah.
says.
That's kind of like when I saw that, I was like, you didn't even read it. You just fucking searched Kingsfield, found an article, and was like, Snake Man.
Yep, exactly. And that's the picture
I'll bet you
I showed them. They've seen it. I'm
I'll
glad.
bet you
I
that
am
guy's an
glad.
incel though.
You know the Snake Man, that algae man.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
I don't
They're
know what it
like,
is. I don't know why I've had like incels on my mind lately. I need to get it out of my system.
it's like,
What would you think if I played a character that was like an incel? Do you think people would like that?
wow, that's a really good idea that you should definitely do in the future.
I don't think you really like that idea.
No, it's a great idea that you should definitely do in the future, and I think it's
You
awesome.
you sound so robotic and you have this smile on your face. This sounds like a rehearsed answer and I just
If you did an entire incel bit for an entire episode, that would be amazing. If that did actually happen. If that was real, oh boy, that would that would be amazing.
well, if you ask for it, just might happen.
All
I
right.
hope you're ready.
So Dylan
Um,
just got out
it's
of the Joker. It's 2021.
2020,
Wait,
2021.
did it come out in 20?
Yeah, power of the internet. Away!
Joker 2019. Fuck, that was before COVID.
2019.
Wild. I feel like before
That's right.
COVID, such a weird,
That's
weird
right.
time.
Because my wife and I saw that movie together. Like, it was either right before or right after she almost left me, and we were just both very uncomfortable during that movie. So,
That makes sense. You know,
yeah,
nothing
yeah.
like Joker to tear things apart.
It definitely didn't help. I'll tell you that much.
That's good to know. Hey, you know what?
Yeah. So, you know what time it is?
It's time for a segment.
It's time for segments. Put the segment song in right
Yes,
here.
yes, segment song. Segment song. Give it some time. Give it some time. You know what time it is. It is segment time. That means it's time to do a segment. Segments. Hell yes. Thank you. It's segment
All right,
time.
all right, all right, Garb. What is our segment today?
All right, Lou. So our segment today is going to be cheese on
Cheese.
what?
What does that mean?
So I bring up a type of cheese and you tell me what you want that cheese on.
Okay, okay. Do we each get to bring up a type of cheese?
We can go back and forth. Yeah. I was thinking it'd be a back and forth thing.
Okay, okay, all right, okay, all right, okay, all right, okay, all right, all right, okay.
You can go
Do you
first.
want to go first?
No. You go
All
first.
right, all right, all right, all right. Gouda.
On a piece of toasted bread that is still being toasted.
Wow, what a riveting fucking sandwich idea. Putting a piece of cheese on toasted bread.
Okay.
Great.
Okay. Well,
Your turn.
all right. Feta.
Feta? Oh, feta goes really good on, like, some Greek food, so, like, on some lamb that's been roasted in the oven with some seasonings, and some, like, turmeric rice. Yeah.
All right, sweet. That's good. All right, your turn.
Yeah. Um, Havarti.
Vardy. I'm thinking probably a piece of bread that's a piece of toast actually that's still being toasted.
Okay, okay, alright, okay. It's kinda the same thing as the last time, but we'll go with it.
All
Go
right,
with it. Your
sweet.
turn.
My turn. Okay, okay. Um, sliced American.
Sliced American. And that okay, so American cheese is trash. We know this, right?
Yes.
However, sliced American cheese is one of the best melting cheeses.
Yes, it
So I
is. It is
think
very good for melting.
just putting it on, like, a smash burger,
Mm-hmm.
with some, like,
Oh,
80/20
bro,
beef,
yeah.
maybe you mix it with a little bit of, like, pork, just a little bit,
Uh-huh.
and you put it in a cast iron, it's cooking, you got your onions
Yeah.
cooking on it, you smash it down, you flip, and then you put
Oh,
that
fuck.
slice of just
Ah,
American cheese on there.
yes.
You let it finish melting. You bring it back up, put those onions on our burger, and just hop, 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 hop,
Oh
hop,
my
hop, hop.
god, yeah, that's amazing. Fuck, that's good.
Mhm, mhm,
Fuck.
mhm, mhm.
Beautiful. All right, it turn again.
So how many of you asked me now? 2 or 3?
Two. Your third one.
2? Okay, it's my
We
3rd one.
both get one more.
Um, both get 1 more. Okay. What about a nice slice of not even slice, you know what? I'm gonna give you a wedge. A wedge of Pecorino Romano cheese.
Dude, here's what I do, right? The oven.
Mhm,
Turn on
mhm,
the oven.
mhm.
Set it probably
Okay, okay.
I go to my fridge. First, I make a nice slice of pecorino. Get a nice slice of it. I go to my fridge. I go and get my bag of bread. Open up the bag. I take out a single slice. I toast it. But while I'm toasting it, I get the cheese and I put it on the toast. So I toast the bread with the cheese. And that's what I do. So it's my turn now. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
My turn.
It's
All
your
right.
turn.
So last cheese.
Yeah.
Last cheese. Okay.
Okay.
Fromunda.
Fromunda cheese?
Fromunda cheese.
Alright. So what I'm gonna do with the Fromunda cheese, okay, is I'm going to get a nice, big and juicy Hebrew national hot dog, okay? And I'm going to take a toothpick
Is
and I'm
that
gonna
kosher?
bore a little. Yes, it
Okay,
is.
cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna bore a little hole into the hot dog, and I'm gonna take the Fromunda cheese that you gave me, your own special Fromunda cheese,
Happy Hanukkah.
and I'm gonna thank you, and I'm gonna put that in that Hebrew National Frank, okay? And then I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna put it on the grill. I'm gonna grill
Mm-hmm.
that nice big juicy wiener with the Fromunda cheese inside of it, almost like you're sounding with it. I put it inside and I'm gonna grill it. Then I'm gonna take that bun, put some butter on it with some garlic. I'm gonna grill that bun just a little bit and then put that Frank on. And then I'm gonna smother it with honey mustard and brown mustard and barbecue sauce and ranch dressing and Frank's hot sauce and Valentina's hot
Wait, wait,
sauce
wait, wait.
and some relish.
You have a piece of bread toasted.
Yes, the bun is bread and it's toasted.
Okay, cool. Are you gonna put it on it while
Yeah.
it's toasting?
No.
Oh, okay.
The
That's fair.
cheese goes inside. The cheese is sounded into the Hebrew National Frank that is kosher. Yeah. And so once you've got that and all the sauces, then you just take a big old bite. It's delicious.
Fuck yeah.
It's truly like a classic American dish too, especially with that really dank Fromunda cheese.
You think Fromunda cheese looks like pimento?
Um, I think it can,
Imagine it can.
but I think if you have that much from munchies, I think that you should go to a doctor.
That's fair. Honestly, yeah, you probably should. This is all, we like joking, we like having fun, but seriously, if you have a like serious case of Fermunda cheese, you should seriously go to your doctor and ask them about
Mhm,
that. Not have that
mhm.
much.
No, no, Fromunda cheese is a serious condition that kills, thousands of Americans every week.
Yeah,
You get
it's
too much
bad.
Fromunda cheese, it covers up, your
This
genitals,
affects
and then
men
it gets
and
stuck on
women.
your thighs, and once it gets on your thighs, it can actually trip you while you're walking, and then you can fall face first into a bear trap, and, I mean, that's just
Yeah,
it's the horrible
and they
reality
just
of
they
Fromunda
they just have
cheese.
those things just laying around Walmart. You gotta watch out.
They do, they really do. Um, you know what? I have an idea.
Yes. Segment.
No, I think we should make a whole episode out of it.
Okay.
What if we did an Elden Ring Smash or Pass?
You know what? I think that would be a very good idea. Legitimately, I
It
think it'd be
probably
fun. It'd be very fun. It'd be fun if we did.
I th- I think it'd be a really bad idea, but I think it'd be fun.
I think it would
I
be
think it
fun.
could be fun.
I think it could be very fun.
Maybe that'll come out soon. Who
Huh,
knows?
maybe it
Hmm?
maybe it will
Hmm?
come out. Maybe it has already came out.
Don't.
Okay. So didn't already happen.
Don't.
So, we're coming up on an hour now, so we do have to end our show sadly. But you know, final rating. Elden Ring. Shadow of the
Um,
Turd Tree.
Elden Ring scattered tree. I'm gonna stick with an 8 for the DLC.
Yep. I'm gonna
8 for the DLC just because I put a lot of time into it. I enjoyed it, but I was definitely left wanting more, and not because, "Oh my god, I loved it. I want another game just like this," but because, like, it's like you ever had a meal, right?
Yes,
You
I've
ever have a
eaten.
dinner?
Yes, I've eaten.
Yeah, okay, it's good, good, good. So, you ever had a meal where someone makes you something and it's like, part of it is just, like, so fucking good, and
Yeah.
it's just like, "Oh, oh,
Yeah.
oh," but then other part of it, it's like, "Eh,
Yeah.
it's fine."
It's like eating a nice steak, and the steak's great, but then like the mashed potatoes or mac and cheese on the side is like, fine.
Yeah, yeah, that's kinda how Scat Tree
Yeah.
feels to me.
Elden Ring, Shadow of the Scat Tree. I agree. I think I'm gonna. I would say it's hard because I want to give it like eight and 8.5, but I do think 8 makes more sense just because of those small
Mhm.
issues and because General Gaius and Radon are legitimately fucking awful. Like they are not fun to fight, either of them. I don't like fighting either of them. Like some people have fun with
No.
them. I'm happy for those people, but for me, General Gaius was a fucking nightmare because of those charges he does at the very beginning. Radon, the same, but also I had to switch my entire build to beat a boss, and that's just not fun. If I can't play the game like I want to play it, it's not fun. I don't want to have to play Elden Ring one certain way to like beat stuff.
I would rather only work with incels for the rest of my life than have to fight General Gaius or, Consort Radon again.
I agree.
That's how I feel.
So, yeah, thank you so much for listening. We love you. Consensually, of course, and we hope you love us back. And if you don't, then I mean, that's
You've not yet earned my love. Bye.
bye.